Hello, time takers. Welcome to my first ever countdown. It's a top 5 countdown. Whoopee. Okay, the gameplay you're seeing, if you even watch this the series shown, it's just me commenting. Oh, there it goes. I've recently had a problem with my computer to where things go into black and white stills randomly. I don't know if it works. I don't know if it shows up in my videos when I upload them, but if it does, please report it to me. So let's just go on ahead. So this is my top 5 Roblox places, time takers. Enjoy. So let's get to number 5. Number 5, time takers. My number 5 for this list would have to be Sword Fights on the Heights 4. Now, don't get me wrong, it's nice. I like the simplicity. It reminds me of those older Roblox games, like whenever I first joined up. It reminds me of those older ones, those simple ones. We didn't have these complex, advanced scripting thingamabobs. We didn't have that. We had just some simple stuff. I remember, yeah, quite back then. For the record, my favorite sword fights on the Heights 4 would definitely be Wind Force. That would be my favorite one. But don't get me wrong, I'm not really the best at sword fighting, so I guess that's kind of understandable. But I'm decent. I'm no expert, but I always prefer a gun for me, which. So yeah, I had to pause the video there for a second. So like I said before, yes, I prefer a gun always. So let's move on. So let's move on to number 4, shall we? For number 4, it's no contest. It's definitely the Underground War because I love it. I like it. Love it, like it, same thing. The reason I like it, I guess, is because it's like the close quarters combat. Or you can get on a tower. There's just so much variety to it. And I like simple games. I don't like these big fancy ones. Well, I do, but I just prefer the simpler ones. But that doesn't really stop me from, playing these larger ones, which we'll get to here in a moment. But I like the ability to just dig. You can dig, but, well, yeah, dig. Sorry about that brief pause. I guess one of the other things I like is the sniper rifle. It's really great, and if you work, you have to work hard to get upgrades, but you don't have to work so hard. It has the perfect balance of what you have to do to get an upgrade, and that is what earns it my number 4 spot. Let us go on, shall we? Okay, time takers, the next place is very, very not well known, so you might not get it. It's another one of those mini builds, that, to quote the creator of the game in his description. It's called Project Solar. I like it because, I don't know, you can create a random country and you can basically dominate 3-star systems. That's really nice. I feel that it has, I don't know, it just feels like a game of chess or something, which is, I know it's a game on Roblox, but it's just chess. You see, this kind of chess, you can do whatever you want. And I also like that you can build your own buildings out of these little blocks. That's what I like. It's not like those build to survive this or something. It's not like that. It's like you use the stamper tool in those, and we all know how god-awful the stamper tool is. Anything built with it sucks. That's why people either use Studio or Studio. I was going to say another one of those mini builds, but that doesn't let you save your progress, unfortunately. If the creator of that game is watching this, we would love to save our progress on that game. Moving on. As for number 2, it's currently the game you're seeing. This is old footage, I know, but it's Boys vs. Girls Island Wars. I like it because I just feel it perfects the first-person shooter style of combat. Do you know what I mean? I just love it. I mean, look at that rocket launcher. I know that was the only thing I spawned it. That was on my alternate account. On my main account, I had VIP, and another thing, VIP is cheap. It's dirt cheap. It's like anyone can have access to it, even NBC. In like most games, it's only Builders Club members that can get, VIP and such. But in this game, the VIP is dirt cheap. It's easy to get. And that's why I feel that it deserves the number 2 spot on this list. Whoever made this game, hats off to them. They They did a really great job. Actually, I know who made this game. I'll leave you a link in the description to every single game that I have included in this countdown. Perhaps after number 1 we will have some honorable mentions, but I will save that for after number 1. Okay, so move on to number 1. I think number 1 was no surprise. It's Kingdom Life 2. Not the old one, but the new one. The one that actually gets updated. I guess the reason that I like this is because, it gives you so much freedom. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but with swords. But I like it because it just gives you so much freedom, and the updates really the game is never the same twice, you know what I mean? It's not on-rail, but at the same time it has those on-rail elements that make it great. And the morphs are great. I mean, look at that morph. Look at that helmet and that sword. The scripting is beautiful. The building is beautiful. It's all beautiful. And the dynamic lighting make it great. But you see the water right there in that pond right near that house? Yeah, that would be... This would look really good if it had the new water updates. That would look really good. But other than that, that's pretty much the only flaw I could find. Random killing's another flaw, but that's not a big deal as long as you know how to fight on this game. It's pretty easy. It's click, 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 and spam click unless someone drops a death potion near you, but that's a story for another time. I'm thinking of other things that I like about it. I just like how you can come back to this game and it will not be the same. There's all sorts of adventures going on, people having their own little adventures, and that's why I like it. And I like medieval stuff. I'll admit it, I am a sucker for the medieval category, but I always have been. That's one of the biggest reasons, is that feeling of you will not come back to this game and have the exact same experience. You will come back to it and you will have a completely different experience. It doesn't matter who you are, you could just be whatever you want in this game, and that's why I feel that it deserves that number 1 spot. Well, I guess it's time for some honorable mentions. Okay, honorable mention number 1. The Complex version 7. Now, I do not play this game at all unless I'm going over deer hunting. I just don't play it anymore, but I used to a lot whenever I was a noob and a guest and such. I was a guest once. I remember my guest days. The glorious days of December 2011 guest days. I still remember the day I made an account, but that's beside the point. I guess the reason I like the Complex is because it just kind of reminds me of Kingdom Life 2, but modernized. And I don't really like modern places on Roblox that much. I'm more into sci-fi or medieval. If it's not sci-fi or medieval, GTFO that's basically how it is for me. On to the next honorable mention. Although I don't play it anymore, like I said before. Oh shit, I rhymed. Dr. Seuss is gonna sue me now. Let's just move on. This is the Futron War, if I'm pronouncing that right. I've played it before. I've actually uploaded a video before. I'll link into it. It was from a non-stop PvP event back during Labor Day of last year. Oh, I nearly forgot the opening to the first video of 2014. Oh, welcome to 2014, or in other terms, the exact same as 2013. Just one more year closer to the end of the world. Let's get on to the video again. I get off track a lot. That didn't help. Okay. I guess the reason I like the Futron War is because it just reminds me of Star Wars, but it's not Star Wars. It's its own thing. And that's what I like about it. And, well, I guess there was one thing that was just really knocked it off of this list, and that was the glitch. The glitches, oh god, the glitches. There is just more bugs on there than there was more bugs in the Futron War than there are on a mattress in a motel in Arizona. That's really saying something right there. I guess it's on to the outro. Got 30 seconds left. Well, Time Tigers, I will see you next time. I am Grape Smith, and I am going to wish you a Happy New Year, even though it's late. Oh, who cares? So many people do it. It's insignificant now. Be sure to like, comment, rate, and subscribe if you even can rate. That's the same as disliking and liking. Why do I even say rate? Oh, God, press F9.